Tonight, summer is approaching, and that's typically when we see the most activity in the housing market. In past years, home sales peaked in June and July. That's according to the Pikes Peak Association of Realtors. But this year, that comes as national consumer confidence is at a low not seen in more than a decade. Our Melissa Henry spoke with industry experts about why many may be waiting to see what the economy does next before making the big decision to buy or sell.
It's a common question. Is it a buyer's or a seller's market? To answer that, we know there are more houses on the market now than there were at this time last year. This April, the Pikes Peak Association of Realtors reported 3,100 single-family homes for sale in El Paso and Teller counties. That's up about 45% more inventory compared to last April.
It's a very balanced market, but I would give a slight nudge to the buyer.
Here's Colorado Springs-based realtor Bill Kemp.
The pendulum shifted to the buyer slightly, and that sort of took place middle of last year.
But what if buyers are not confident in the economy? National consumer confidence fell for the fifth month in a row and is at a 13-year low, according to the nonprofit research organization, the Confidence Board. Here's the director of the UCCS Economic Forum.
And it's the uncertainty that, itself is harmful, right? That it causes people to wait and see, and it causes businesses to wait and see.
But Bill Craighead says that wait and see mentality does not appear to be impacting home sales for now. Sales were actually up 15% this April over last April in El Paso and Teller counties. But what about the stock market turbulence? Will that impact people's desire to buy?
Shouldn't read too much into every movement of the stock market. It's not always a reliable economic indicator.
But on the other hand,
when they go to buy a house, of how much can they spend, being a little bit more cautious about that. So it probably is something that maybe a little bit will put some downward pressure on housing.
This week, interest rates are averaging about 6.8%.
Getting back underneath 6%, some of the economists are thinking or saying that may happen by year end. I think it's going to be hopefully below 6.5%. And if we get below 6%, that you're going to see a buyer frenzy.
One thing that has remained stable over the past year is pricing. The median home price in El Paso and Teller counties this April was $490,000, the same as it was last April. For KKTV 11 News, I'm Melissa Henry.